For my honors credit theorist, I chose Mary Wollstonecraft. She is a major feminist figure from the 18th century who famously wrote A Vindication of the Rights of Women, which talks about how gender equality begins with equal education. For some background, Mary Wollstonecraft was born in London in 1759. Her father was very abusive both physically and emotionally, particularly to her mother. Her mother served more as a servant to her father than as his wife. This greatly impacted Mary's perspective on marriage and female domestic roles. At 19, she left home because of the abusive conditions and started working as a teacher with her best friend Fanny. Shortly after, Fanny's husband murdered her, which greatly impacted Mary. She moved to France and then back to London, where she worked as a translator for a newspaper. Here she began writing about women's roles in society. She fell in love and got pregnant, but tried to commit suicide after she broke up with the father. Later she got pregnant again and ended up marrying the father, and died due to complications with childbirth. Wollstonecraft's life is written with events where women are subjected, in many cases violent and overt ways, by men to lesser positions. Starting with her mother and then her friend and then herself, she was surrounded by oppressive and unfair male dominance over women. No matter how much she tried to fight against this inequality, it followed her until the day she died. Her writing opened doors and shed light on what women were truly enduring at the hands of men at this time. Her ideas were original, brilliant, and inspiring, and considering her personal life and the hardships her and her loved ones suffered at the hands of men, her urgency and intensity in her writing make sense. I think that feminist theory has an obvious presence and effect on many events today. The Me Too movement, USA mass molestation, international laws being changed for women's liberation, the list goes on. Feminism in the past decade has become much more mainstream, as it is no longer taboo or unattractive to label yourself as a feminist like it was in Wollstonecraft's time. And particularly in the last year, feminist movements have become more mainstream than ever. Unlike the other theories we've studied in sociology, feminist theory is the most talked about and also the most diverse. Although mainstream feminism in many ways still needs to more fairly represent and advocate for all women, feminism is becoming more widely accepted, embraced, and its breakout movements victorious. Although feminism and gender equality has a long way to go on both ends, thanks to pioneers like Mary Wollstonecraft, feminism and its theories have and continue to impact international societies and continue to improve the lives of every person, both male and female.